Guys, you are looking at something very cool, something that we have designed ourselves, and it is a complete new way of looking at heat maps, or basically a complete new heat map. And I'm going to explain to you in today's video exactly what this means, how you can use this for your price prediction, and we are going to have a look, of course, at Bitcoin. So let's jump straight into it. So guys, what I've been doing is I've been thinking like, okay, how can we use derivatives exchange data and make it a nice visualization for the users of Will Portal so it becomes more easy understandable. So what we did is we have been looking and we have been making our own formula of different derivatives exchange data points, and we basically showing here buying and selling pressure, and we are going to dive into different time frames right here, but you really have to understand this a little bit. So just bear with me with a couple of minutes, really try to understand this, because this is actually, guys, this in my opinion is the holy grail for the moments that when Bitcoin is getting squeezed in the Bollinger Bands and when the volatility is extremely low and when everyone is waiting for a big move, a very big move to the upside or to the downside. This indicator, this heat map will tell you to which direction that move is going to be. That is really powerful, guys. Very powerful, insanely. So let's just jump straight into it, guys. And I think it's also very unique. And we've, this is just one of the new features that we just added on Will Portal. Pro charts. Many more will come. We might tweak this formula a little bit so it will become even better in the future, but for now the first version is like this. So what you can see, guys, is that whenever there is a red area above the candle, there is selling pressure. But the more intense that red color is, the higher the selling pressure will be. And the same with the buying pressure. When we see green, it is buying pressure, and the more intense that green becomes, the more the buying pressure, basically. So we can see already very clear here we had the very long period of buying pressure. Price shoots up, right? Even while price shoots up, we see continuous buying pressure. Then the moment it's starting to turn red, we already seen a little bit selling pressure, but not that much yet, right? We get a small dump, go up, and the intensity increases here. You can see, and then we come down until we have this buying pressure again and the price shoots up again. Then you can see already right here that the buyers are getting exhausted. We do get some nice signals in between right here, which makes us that we can make another pump. But then when the red becomes even more intense right here, we actually coming down, and that is something similar we have seen right now as well. So we can see right here the red is really intense, which basically means that the upside is limited. This example is slightly different. I'll show you guys in a second why that is, because we have to dive to shorter term time frame as well. But here you can also see we can have very intense red on the daily, which just shows that most likely like these red areas basically shows most likely we're going to see some selling pressure right here, similar as we have seen right here. And guys, also here we can see this caused the selling pressure, we're coming down, but then we see a period of buying pressure, right? Well, everyone was thinking right here Bitcoin goes down. This indicator gave us actually a very nice clue. Hey, we actually most likely are going to go up. So that is how powerful this is, because the game is always that you can get a good overview on the markets and can convince yourself in not being trapped in a certain bias, certain belief, certain conviction, right? Similar right here. Okay, we broke below some key moving average, moved sideways. Everyone, including me, I gotta be honest, guys, I wasn't right on this move. Thought we continue to see lower levels, but here we can already see we gotta learn from our mistakes. Now it's very clear this is a upside potential. Then let's go, for example, to the 4-hour time frame. Also scroll a little bit out, scroll a bit back, look what's all going on right here. So here we can see also a nice example, I think. If you scroll out on the 4-hour time frame, you can see right here also that, yeah, we just have the red intensity increases a little bit, and eventually the price just starts to basically just starts to dump. And yeah, it just works. Like, and you can also see, that's the other example I wanted to show you, where Bitcoin just going to trend up. So this is a beautiful example, guys. So here we can see the red is, the intensity is actually pretty strong, So we still go up, right? That's still possible. There's never certainty. It's just like the upside right here is slightly limited, right? And we can maybe zoom in if we already get some early signs. No, not really. But here we really get early signs. Here we can see the red fading away. The red becomes less intense. That is something you want to see in the bull market, because then we have enough gas to push higher, right? So this is a very beautiful structure, because we have this uptrending structure, very bullish, and we do have a lot of selling pressure, a lot of basically danger to the upside. But then we get this massive shakeout, which is shooking a lot of people. And then we are seeing slowly that this is shifting, and that the red is not that intense anymore, and that we then can see a nice push in the price, and then red starts to become more and more intense again, until right here it's not so intense anymore, less intense. Here also a little bit less intense. We shoot back up, it's becoming intense again, it's coming down. Here also it's intense, it's coming down. So I personally think, guys, this is a very beautiful indicator. Let's check. We can even see if it works on the 1 hour time frame. I think probably does, definitely. It's just, this is just really showing a kind of basically the main direction where we most likely are going to go into, when Bitcoin is being squeezed into a sideways range. So right here, this one is also beautiful. Right, we have red, getting already a little bit less, starting to go green. Well, then you, of course, you have to check other signs as well. You can go put on will algo, right? Well, we had the last here buy signal, then we can see this green, or this is a nice buy signal. You can look at buy signals on different time frames, but you can also, for example, open the volume momentum index. We can open momentum waves, and let me check what the momentum waves are doing right here. Yeah. So what we, for example, seeing right here is that if we scroll back, and this is a nice example where we can see the volume momentum index actually, make it a bar, it's a little bit easier to see, coming up. So the momentum is coming up. We have the momentum wave coming from oversold conditions coming back up. This one works slightly different than a relative strength index, a little bit better if you ask me. And then we are seeing basically buying pressure on the price, which is another confirmation of opening a long position, right? So this just gives you a better overview on the markets at all. And I think if you combine this indicator, which basically is direct data from derivatives exchanges, combine it with indicators which are mathematical equations on candlestick charts, that is insanely powerful. It's very, very powerful to look at the markets like this, because you're not only looking at the markets from a price structure perspective, because if you only know the price structure, it's the same trying to understand a 3D object while looking at it at a 2D. With a two-dimensional perspective, it's very difficult. So the more dimensions you have in your perspective, the more information you basically have, and the more in the right way you can interpret that information, the better your chances are of being profitable. So this one is really beautiful. Momentum coming up, buying pressure. This one was really easy. We also longed that right here on the channel. This one was, I gotta say it, guys, this one was very difficult. And most market participants were on the wrong side on this one. Even a lot of people I look up to. So this was also one of the things that I saw, like, hey, I need to have something visual on the chart that can convince me in what are good times to buy or what are good times to sell, right? And this was really good times to buy, and we have this buying pressure going on right here. We have the volume momentum coming up. We have the momentum right here on the momentum waves coming up. So yeah, guys, this was in hindsight right now very beautiful, and right now we're just seeing the opposite, right? So that is something. That's why I also say that I'm expecting just a correction on Bitcoin at least for the next 1-2 months, and that I think the upside is quite limited because we have a lot of selling pressure. We even surpassed, like, try to push harder, but the momentum is coming down. Momentum waves also coming down. Bearish divergences all across the board. And can this continue to go up? Of course, it's possible. I think it's still limited, the potential upside, but I would like to see a full reset of the market again, where we have like something like this again, where we have a little bit like where everything resets, or at least a period where that red intensity becomes very low intensity, right? So that we actually have a gap to continue to higher, something that we have seen right here, where we have high intensity, lower intensity, and then suddenly we can go up. It's still limited, right? I mean, this move is probably higher than this move, and there was more potential in this move than it was in this move, because this move came out of this move. But I hope you get a little bit what I mean, guys. This is just a little bit different way to look at the markets, but basically using this indicator together with normal indicators already adds a different dimension to your analysis, which give you already a great advantage against any other traders who only use indicators. Because if you only use indicators, then you only look at candlestick charts, which have a mathematical equation, some kind of formula like the relative strength index, and that is just being plotted on the chart. It has nothing to do with real life data from what our traders right now exactly doing on derivatives exchange data, where all the action is happening, and on the spot market, of course. So yeah, very beautiful, guy. Let me know in the comment section after you tried this, what you think about it. What are some ideas that maybe this sparks an idea in you, like, hey, whoa, these heat maps are cool. Have you thought of this and this and that? Drop it in the comment section, because as you can see with all the updates that we've been doing this week, last week, every week there are almost updates on the Will Portal website. We are working our ass off on this side to really create a good platform right here, so you guys can get a better grip on the market. So yeah, I hope that's very much appreciated. So when we go to Bitcoin on this chart right here, not have to look at it too long. Like I said, we just see like a lot of momentum coming down, and it is possible for Bitcoin to see like to see some increase. And maybe even better to look at this chart. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. Yeah, I think the 1 hour time frame, actually, when we look at the 1 hour time frame, but you guys will see this video a little bit later, there's some potential right here, because we see the momentum coming up, the red intensity getting a little bit less. We get bullish divergence on this one. So there is definitely some potential in the shorter term time frame. Also in the 4 hour, we have a bullish cross right here. From oversold conditions, this could turn around, so this one could go higher, and we are at quite a big support level in the chart. So if we go to the chart, we are at quite a big support level. That is this support. That's the former resistance of this rising wedge formation. So this is a significant level that we are testing right now. Would be definitely possible to get a bounce from that. But for me personally, when I'm looking at all the market conditions right now, so I'm looking at the data, the derivatives exchange data, I'm looking at this picture. For me, there is not really an edge right now in the markets that can give me like, okay, everyone is expecting more upside, while actually it's more downside. Or I don't feel like, how do you say it? Like, I don't feel I have a massive grip on the markets right now, because that is also something important. With the trade, you don't have to be always in the trade, right? You can wait for the right moments and then bet a little bit more heavy than on moments then you are a little bit less secure. And I like these moments. I like these moments when I'm looking at the markets and I'm seeing like, okay, my derivatives exchange data profile confirms what I'm seeing. My indicators confirm what I'm seeing. I have inverse charts like this stablecoin dominance that also confirms what I'm seeing. So what we are seeing right here, for example, we are right now at the middle of this channel, right? So there could be some resistance right here. This is an inverse correlated chart, so guys, for the ones that don't know this, when this chart goes down, Bitcoin goes up. When this chart goes up, Bitcoin goes down. Very simple. So right here we are at some resistance. So could we come a little bit down? Yes, it's definitely possible. But generally speaking, guys, this is if this would be Bitcoin, I would be insanely bullish on this chart. And that what makes me a little bit scary, because we had this thing coming down, making lower highs. Well, the momentum index coming up, the relative strength index, bullish divergences still coming up right here, bam, breaking out from the resistance. Then we have this the momentum waves as well coming up. This chart is looking very bullish, so that makes me just very cautious on Bitcoin. This also makes me not really want to long Bitcoin right now, because like I said, I think the upside is limited, although in the 1 hour time frame, on the 4 hour time frame, we could still see a bounce. It's just, in my opinion, is just not that clear right now. So I'm just going to wait until I see a little bit more of a nicer setup. So this would be a nice setup where we have like decreasing intensity of red, for momentum coming in the green, right? That could be nice setting. Potentially, right? Potentially. That also depends a little bit on the structure. But yeah, guys, that was it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, smash up the like button, guys. That is very much appreciated. Subscribe if you haven't. And yeah, please do let me know in the comment section what you think about Will Portal. If you have any ideas, try and test this heat map. And yeah, let me know what you think about it. If you have any feedback, let me know. Very much appreciated. I want to wish every single one of you a beautiful Saturday, and I hope to see every single one of you in the next video.